to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. We got a lot to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. So it's time to crush.
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News on this incredible Saturday. Now, we had a great stream yesterday on Friday, but Fight Night Friday did not happen based upon, like I told you, I got personal matters going on, and until those things are rectified, I'm really in a kind of a daze on some other stuff. Now, a lot of people probably think that, he's in a daze because of what's going on with Xbox. Nah, that's never the case. Listen, people quit every day, B. Not to be callous, not to be crass, not to be dismissive. That's the corporate world. That's the corporate structure. That's not the structure that I operate in. I'm an entrepreneur. So as an entrepreneur, my world revolves around a lot of different things. Not what you think is going on. So again, personally, I want to thank each and every last one of you for showing up here. If it's your first time finding the channel and you like Xbox, well, you met your new best friend, me, the king. I drop videos daily. Well, I drop videos on the weekend. The other videos I drop daily. That's on Frontline Gaming streams. Those videos go over there. These weekend videos I do for you to fill the gaps and catch you up on information during the week. But every day, I go live. I go live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so you guys can get the news fresh, hot off the presses. Now, recently this week, what we had a shakeup over at Microsoft. Now, we're going to talk about the shakeup. We're going to talk about the replacements. We're going to talk about what the future looks like. We're going to talk about the people that are in position, and we're going to talk about the industry from a Microsoft Xbox perspective. See, a lot of people would like you to believe that, well, one person can actually end a company. And to some extent, yeah, Donnie made some bad moves, and in hindsight, had certain words haven't been spoken, I guess then it wouldn't have happened the manner that it happened. But that's kind of a farce, right? Because regardless to what, negative news for Xbox is going to travel the way that negative news travels. All right. So it's abnormal for Xbox the way their negative news travels, because you can have a CEO, let's say Jim Ryan, for instance. Jim Ryan was unceremoniously, well, he said he retired, right? So they said Phil retired, right? He's not getting the same benefit of the doubt. Now, you know me, I didn't give him no damn benefit of the doubt anyway. You know what it is, man. Against them blue dudes, man, I'm throwing haymakers, baby. I'm going to keep it banging, boy. Pause. But we're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about all the principal people involved. And I'm just going to bring you up to speed with what's going on, because a lot of times people expect me, like my life and soul revolves around just Xbox. Not like I buy other consoles, not like I play other consoles, not like I have a life. But yeah, that part. Newsflash, I was there when Bill Gates was the front man for Xbox. When they launched in New York City, Steve Ballmer, Bill Gates, Peter Moore, Donnie, everybody. I've been here. So Asha is here. Guess who else is still here? Me. And guess who else is also still here? Xbox. That's why Xbox Frontline News will always be Xbox Frontline News. You may not want to hear it. You may not like it. But you got to take it. Just like my man Cognito says. Boy, oh boy, y'all in for a doozy of a treat. All right, so we're going to start with this article from MMORPG. This is about Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer, first of his name. And Phil Spencer retires after 17 years at Xbox. Microsoft Core AI CEO steps up while Xbox president leaves. Now, this is brought to you by Victoria Rose, and she posted this yesterday. Now, I know a lot of you guys are saying, well, he was at Microsoft for 38 years. But in the Xbox leadership role, it was 17. It was a good run. You know, not too many people has been at this place for 17 years. But anyway, getting back to the article. A huge movement has come to Xbox highest echelons, with Phil Spencer, the legendary Xbox CEO, stepping down after 38 years at Microsoft and 12 years leading the gaming division. This move was initially reported by IGN before Spencer himself announced it on his Twitter account. Spencer himself said, as a valuable member of the games industry, having worked his way from all the way up to the top, from an internship in 1988 and through several technical roles around the company. He was appointed head of Xbox in 2014 after Xbox controversial choices around its recent console launch, rebooted back compatibility initiatives, launched Xbox Game Pass, and he also been in charge during Xbox recent financial and reputational turbulences. It's rare in this life to know when a chapter is closing. All right, so what I'm going to do is read Phil's Twitter piece that he put up, right? All right, so here's his actual piece that he put up. It's rare in this life to know when a chapter is closing, but after 38 years at Microsoft, the moment has arrived for me. I've made the decision to retire and begin the next chapter of my life. It's a milestone that has given me a chance to reflect on the incredible journey that I have been fortunate enough to share with so many of you. And then stepping up as the Microsoft's gaming CEO will be Asha Sharma, who has acted as the president of the Microsoft Core AI products. She was formerly COO of Instacart as well as vice president of a product at Meta, and she holds the board member spot at the Home Depot. So I'm going to talk about holding spots as board members in other companies because that's not really something different when you're at a high level. You know, you get bags from all over the place. Microsoft itself has taken on a heavily pro AI stance, which is likely the best explanation for Shermer's appointment. Many believe the stance itself has led to thousands of layoffs in Microsoft gaming division, muddying the reputation of the studios under Microsoft, including most recently Activision Blizzard. I will, because the article goes into talking about Sarah Bond and all this stuff. And just right now, we're just going to talk about the Phil aspect of this, right? So I just want to give you the Phil part of it because I told you we were going to talk about the principal people involved in all of this stuff. So again, Phil steps away. The next principal person involved in this situation is Sarah Bond. Sarah Bond was the president of Xbox. What happened to Xbox president Sarah Bond? This article is brought to you by IGN. Who is the writer of this? This is Tom Phillips. It's dated February 21st. Again. All right, so what happened to Xbox president Sarah Bond? Amid Phil Spencer's retirement and Asha Sharma's promotion, long-term protege resigns. As the dust settles on Microsoft's dramatic changes at the top of its gaming team, fans are digesting the shock and the resignation of Xbox president Sarah Bond after nearly a decade of work on the console brand. Yesterday, IGN exclusively reported that Bond had resigned from her post, despite long being considered to be the outgoing, well, if Phil was a step down. Gaming CEO Phil Spencer's heir apparent. Instead, the job went to Asha Sharma, previously Microsoft Core AI product president. In the hours since, fans have been quick to read between the lines of what has been said and what has not been said about Bond's departure, including the belated posting of her own exit note to employees, which arrived some hours after a formal statement from Microsoft boss Satya Nadella, Spencer Shermer, and the newly promoted Matt Booty. Indeed, Bond's departure was left to be announced by Microsoft within Spencer's own statement, several paragraphs below the big news that he was handing over the baton to Shermer. Here's exactly what Spencer wrote. As part of the transition, Sarah Bond has decided to leave Microsoft to begin a new chapter. Sarah has been instrumental during the defining period of Xbox, shaping our platform strategy, expanding Game Pass and cloud gaming, supporting a new hardware launches, and guiding some of the most significant moments in our history. I'm grateful for her partnership and the impact she has had, and I wish her the very best in what's to come next. No mention is made of Bond's statement from Nadella, Shermer, or Booty, who did not reference her departure at all. That leads into the stuff that I was telling you. Hours later, Bond publicly released her own farewell message through LinkedIn. Bond's lengthy statement references the fact that it was she who decided that this was the right time for me to take my next step, both personally and professionally, though there's little more explanation to why. Now, Bond joined Xbox in 2017 as Xbox corporate VP of Blizz Development Partnerships. She became corporate VP of Game Creator Experiences and Ecosystems after that, before being named president of Xbox in 2022. Her full note is this. Hi, team. I know there's a lot of news to take in today. I'm incredibly proud of what we've built together over the past 8+ years. PC cloud gaming are growing faster than ever. Our next console is very well underway. And together, we've helped lay the foundation for a more open gaming platform that spans devices and reaches players around the world. When we announced our intention to acquire Activision Blizzard King in 2022, I committed to helping lead Xbox through what will be a critical period of change. Over the past 4 years, we've navigated the moment together and positioned the business for what comes next. We took some of the biggest challenges in this organization has ever faced and did it as one team. With that, I've decided that this is the right time for me to take a step both personally and professionally while living through some transformative technology era that will shape the next generation of our industry. I am energized by what's ahead. The moment has also presented a unique opportunity for fresh eyes and new leadership to guide the team into its next chapter. I had the privilege of spending time with Asha over the last few weeks as we plan for this transition. And I have seen firsthand her deep commitment to our players, developers, and brand. She brings deep technology and commerce experience, along with a strong track record of building and scaling platforms that the world uses. Xbox deserves this. Xbox deserves this. I'm excited to see her lead this next chapter of our team. I'll remain as a special advisor to Asha to help ensure a smooth transition and set the organization up for continued success. I want to thank Phil for his mentorship and his friendship over the years. He's been a constant champion of this business and the people who make it what it is. I've learned a great deal from the way he leads through both opportunity and challenge. I am grateful for his trust and his support throughout my time on the team. I also want to thank Satya for his sponsorship and his support throughout my time at Microsoft. As I prepare to sign off, I've been reflecting on 3 simple questions I try to use to guide my days. Did I bring my best? Did I help someone else succeed? Did I do my best work? I hope the answer has been yes for many of you. It has been a privilege to work alongside the team, always Sarah. And with that, she signs off. I just like to focus on the part where she said, Xbox deserves this. Now, no longer the big three, just the big one is left there. And everybody was questioning what would happen to Matt Booty. Where will Matt Booty stand in all of this? And we got to answer. Matt Booty has been elevated in this situation. So, regardless to my opinions on it, if you saw the live, you understand. I'm going to read from an article from Pure Xbox by Fraser Gilbert that he dropped 4 hours ago. Matt Booty says navigating change is nothing new for Microsoft. We have good reasons to believe in what's ahead, insists the new Xbox Chief Content Officer. We've already covered the statements from Phil Spencer, Asha, and Satya following last night's major leadership shakeup at Xbox. But what about Matt Booty? The lead of the Xbox Game Studios is now promoted to EVP, Chief Content Officer, working with the new boss, Asha Sharma, to shape the future of the brand. In his official statement, Booty insists that there are good reasons to believe in ahead, reminding us that Microsoft and Xbox and its franchises have navigated change for decades. And here's the full piece. I read Phil's note with much gratitude. He has been steady champion for game creators and our studios and teams. I've learned so much from his leadership over the years. Our games has benefited from his foundational support. I am grateful for Satya for his ongoing commitment to gaming and holding a vision on how we can connect back to a larger company. Looking forward, I'm excited to partner with Asha as our next CEO. Our first conversation centered around her commitment to making great games and the role that it plays in our overall success. She asks questions, pushes for clarity, and wants our choices grounded in player and developer needs. That mindset matters as the industry around us is changing quickly. How players engage and how games are made and how business models and platforms evolve. We have good reasons to believe in what's ahead. The organization and its franchises has navigated change for decades, and our strengths comes from teams who know how to adapt and keep delivering. The confidence is grounded in a strong pipeline of established franchises. New bets we believe in and clear player demand for what we're building. My focus is on supporting teams and leaders we have in place and the creativity and the conditions for them to do their best work. To be clear, there's no organizational changes underway for those studios. Thanks for everyone and everything. And that is Matt's take. So this now leaves us with the new CEO of Microsoft Gaming, Asha Sharma. She has pledged a renewed focus on dedicated Xbox consoles while maintaining the company's broader strategy across PC, mobile, and cloud. Sharma promised to deliver next-generation hardware, support developer creativity, and avoid over-commercializing existing franchises. Her vision aims to reconnect Xbox roots while expanding its reach to more platforms and audiences. Now, a lot of that contradiction was in those statements. If you didn't hear the contradiction, at the end of this, I will break it down. Sharma takes over for Phil Spencer. Asha Sharma has been appointed CEO of Microsoft Gaming, succeeded Phil Spencer with his endorsement. Sharma's career included roles at Porsche Group, Instacart, and Meta, along with recent tenure leading to Microsoft's Core AI product. Her background leans heavily towards marketing, product, and AI development rather than game creation, signaling a potentially different leadership style at Xbox. A pledge for new Xbox hardware. In her first message to employees, Sharma declared a renewed commitment to the dedicated Xbox consoles, calling it central to its brand identity. She described the upcoming hardware as part of the return at Xbox, aimed at reconnecting with fans and developers who value ambitious console-focused experiences. This comes as a Microsoft console market position has faced challenges in recent years. Balancing tradition with expansion. While emphasizing console development, Shermer's reaffirmed Xbox Everywhere strategy, ensuring that the brand spans PC, mobile, and cloud platforms. She envisions a seamless ecosystem where developers can build once and reach players across devices without compromise. This approach mirrors the broader industry trends towards cross-platform integration and cloud-based gaming. Creative risk and player empowerment. Shermer, alongside newly promoted Chief Officer Matt Booty, promises to pursue games that take creative risks and enter new categories and the market. She stressed that the iconic Xbox franchises will not be treated as static intellectual property exploit, but as an ever-evolving worlds for players and developers to shape. Plans include building shared platforms and tools to foster community-driven storytelling. Now, with that being said, there was a lot of contradiction in some of the stuff that we read there. Not taking anything away from anything, I'm just giving you the facts as presented. We will get into my synopsis. Well, my long-winded diatribe at the end of every video. So if you think shutting off now is easy, boy, don't do it. I wouldn't recommend it. Now, I have been through many CEOs. I've been there when Bill Gates was the face, Steve Ballmer, all the way through. I've been with Xbox since day one. And the only constant is that Xbox is there and I'm there. As a consumer, I go where the games are. I go where the ecosystem that I love is, and I understand the benefits of being part of a great community. Now, with that being said, I'm not going to tell you that I, as becoming a content creator, a journalist, provocateur, in this space, I'm not telling you that I haven't met relationships and comrades in the space. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that me and Phil is driving down California Boulevard and Ferrari switching 4 lanes with the top down, screaming out, money ain't a thing. I'm not telling you that we bubbling hard and the 64, swinging chains. I'm not telling you that. And I'm not telling you that me and Sarah is out here breaking bread and none of that stuff. But I do have friends or had friends that worked at Microsoft, and those people I consider friends. I don't really talk about it. We do break bread. We do have conversations. We do talk about what's going on outside of gaming. Gaming isn't the end all be all. But with that being said, that only was afforded to me based upon the due diligence and the work that we put together at Iron Lords and Xbox Frontline News, with going to these shows, with being present, with being accountable, with being professional, and fostering these relationships with individuals that we admire or intrigued about, or just want to basically get a fundamental understanding of the industry. And with doing so, I got a chance to watch somebody, I guess you could say his maturation as a leader. And I took away a lot of things from that. And in doing so, I've seen the company grow and change. Now, nothing's going to stay stagnant, especially with a company as big as Microsoft. Microsoft is a very large company, and Xbox is a fundamental pillar in that. And seeing Phil getting a Lifetime Achievement Award, all of this stuff, I was present for this stuff. So as great as I feel Peter Moore was as an Xbox CEO, I hold Phil in a higher regard because I have a better grasp on the industry as a whole and understanding where the industry is and what it takes in order to survive in this industry. And to be in a company for 38 years, let alone be in a leadership position for over 12 years, 17 to 12 years, 12 to 17 years, that takes an incredible amount of fortitude, leadership, and respect from your peers. And I've seen nothing but respect given to him. Like I've given him his flowers. I wish him absolutely well going forward. Does this signify that Xbox is dead? Absolutely not. Does this change the trajectory of Xbox? Only time will tell. But in the last 6 years, Xbox has changed so dramatically. I don't think no one could have predicted this unless you understood that AI was going to play a huge fundamental role in cloud gaming in where we are going as a whole in the industry. As far as Sarah Bond, I didn't get a chance to know you well. All our interactions with each other has been absolutely genuine, not gonna lie. And there's been many interactions, and she has never lied to me. All right. So I know a lot of you guys, well, she's a liar, she's this and she's that. I don't know how she lied to you when she's giving a curated statement that is made for consumers and the public. When I ask questions face to face, I've never gotten a lie. So again, with that being said, I saw somebody put in a position and was willing to work, try hard, and do the best that they possibly can in that situation. So, an understanding that she did it with grace, elegance, and with a level of cachet that many people either envied or hated. A lot of you people were saying, oh, that she was a DEI hire and she didn't have the credentials to be there. And that she was tearing up the brand and she was doing detrimental harm to the brand and that the brand is never going to be the same. I think there was a lot of other stuff behind it, artism, could have been a lot of male chauvinistic feelings towards it. Or it could have been actually just fear itself because the not knowing can actually produce some type of emotions out of people. So with those two individuals leaving, Phil, I got a chance to see the whole breadth of his career. And I knew it was drawing to an end. With Sarah, this is sudden. I didn't see that happening. But also I respect her positioning of resignation. Maybe there wasn't no upward mobility. Maybe it was standing on business. Maybe it was, at the end of the day, somebody needed to be the fall guy. And you know something? A lot of you guys have said that before, that they're trying to make her the fall guy. I think they actually tried to make Phil the fall guy. And it just is what it is. But Matt Booty being there gives a familiar face that was there during the big three. Now it's just the big two. And with that being said, Matt is executive VP over content. I think that's kind of the same thing that he was doing. And hopefully the content delivers. As an Xbox Ultimate card carrying member, I honestly am looking forward to see what they do with the franchises and what happens next. This isn't by no means an end. In a lot of ways, it's a chapter in the ever-telling story of Xbox. With Sasha, like with all new CEOs, I wish you well. I hope the stuff that you say is real. There's going to be a lot of doubt. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to be digging into your work history and considering you either a plant or a DEI hire or somebody that's unqualified. The same way Sarah Bond met those same challenges. But I look forward to seeing what you have. Is it going to be AI, 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 AI? Like a lot of people predict? Or is it going to be what you wrote in your Twitter statements? A lot of the stuff seems chat GPT-ish. I'm just going to tell you it from my aspect, from my standpoint, from me, the king. But again, Phil wasn't never given a title until he showed what he was made of. Sarah Bond got the title of the queen immediately because she held herself regally. Here's to you gaining titles. Here's to you slaying beasts. Here's to you conquering all those doubts that they put in front of you. Because at the end of the day, everybody is given opportunity to fail. But in that opportunity, success is also attainable. As an Xbox guy, I'm rooting for the win, always. But this is Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. I want to thank each and every last one of you for watching, also making Friday's video a huge success, and also helping me get over 10K. And we're flying high. We're about to have 10,100 people, and this is incredible. So I do appreciate each and every last one of you. Like all the videos that I do here, I drop videos on the weekend, and I go live 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time daily, Monday through Friday. And we do Fight Night Fridays, and that's an incredible thing to see. But I want you to do what I try to do, what you should be doing. I want you to go where game is game and win is win. And I want you to try to play the Game Pass.
I always say everything got a price. Like, my thought is everything has a price. There is not a number that can get you back in that ring. 80 million, 100 million.
Nah, because now you selling your soul.
$100 million, you can have my soul.
That's you. Now we know your character. Dang, man, you ain't got no dignity. You ain't got no morals. Like, come on, man.
I always say everything got a price.